Tarazi stealthily circled the tenement building in the kill box, looking for signs of occupancy. This seemed to be the address Mockery had provided, but Tarazi was still uneasy. He didn't feel safe here in Starfall, not after what had happened the first time he had tried to visit. He paused a moment and allowed himself to remember. "Raise the banner high, Tarazi," Kalkan said, clapping his fellow countryman on the back. "Let them know a visiting delegation approaches the capital, my friend." "Of course, sir." Tarazi looked up at the captain, sitting regally atop Levi. He couldn't help but smile a little at the captain's excitement. "What are you looking forward to the most?" "You know, I have heard that the gears are so plentiful here that even the bread is filled with them." Kalkan laughs. "That sounds truly terrible. But the Palace of Fallen Stars I look forward to. We shall see it soon, my friend, and pay our respects to the Black Sovereign." He sighed, pointing at the line of people waiting to enter the city. "Perhaps tomorrow, at this rate, we may need to find a place to stay the night and set out for the palace in the morning." Tarazi heard a high-pitched sound and turned back, just in time to see the captain fly out of Levi's saddle, landing roughly on his back. Tarazi planted the banner in the ground, drawing his bastard sword as four gleaming metallic creatures ponderously approached. Levi wrapped around Kalkan protectively, hissing at the gearsman.
"Surrender invading military force. You have 30 seconds to comply,"
the robotic voice demanded. "What are you talking about? We're not an invasion." "Tarazi." Kalkan held a hand over the wound in his chest. "Retreat." "What?" Tarazi was stunned. "Take Levi and retreat. That's an order, Vidas," he coughed. "My last order."
"You have 20 seconds to comply."
Tarazi shook his head. "Absolutely not. I will do no such thing." Captain Kalkan gently untangled himself from Levi, looked at the giant snake, and hissed a few sharp commands in Nagaji. Before Tarazi could react, Levi had him constricted.
"You have 10 seconds to comply."
"Don't do this, Mirgesh, please." But the captain merely saluted his friend, staggered to his feet, and drew his weapon. As Levi slithered away, dragging Tarazi with him, the high-pitched whine of tech weapons sailed through the air, one blast hitting Levi as he retreated. Etched in Tarazi's memory are the last three things he saw as he escaped. A long sword tumbling to the ground, a glowing glass orb turning towards him, and a serpent emblazoned banner fluttering in the breeze. This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play where there's no penalty for failure, but emotional damage is always in play. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
Hello, Sam. Hello, Sam's persistent cough.
Hello.
Hey, SPC. Hey, Sam.
Hello. For 2 months in, it's a permanent character now.
That's true.
Also SPC. Sam's permanent character.
Let's see, what happened last time on the program? I totally know this because I am a professional. The party was experiencing Starfall for the first time, and they had a look around. They started searching for rumors, talking to the locals, found out about the night market that is probably supposed to happen tomorrow night. Maybe some rumors of, I don't remember exactly, but then they also decided they need to celebrate Alwyn's birthday. So they got some bread for Alwyn's birthday because that's a thing that Alwyn does. And he also got some cake from the cake dispensary. They also found themselves a nice place to stay over at the old Adjective Noun, the most specific descriptor of any sleeping establishment in all of Starfall. After that, a wandering youth or mysterious being bumped into Alwyn and slipped him a note inviting the party to come to an abandoned building in the Killbox slums to meet up with M, who, the party knew that there was Mockery, some kind of rebel leader in town. They figured that was probably, the guy. So they made their way to the weird abandoned building, which looked pretty empty. Looked like nobody had gone there for a while. They went inside, peeked around. Didn't seem like there was anybody at home, but there was a trapdoor leading down into a basement. Now, this trapdoor was locked, but we do have some masters of unlocking on this particular team, and Brixby was able to make quick work of the lock. Tarazi threw open the hatch. The party climbed down into a basement where there were candles, there were rooms, there were bags of supplies, and most importantly, there were people, including a guy with a cybernetic implant in the side of his head who stepped forward and welcomed you all to wherever this is. And that's where we are now.
Hanging out with Cyber Michael Shannon. Oh, right. I have charisma. Halloween will say, hello. Are you Mockery?
I am indeed, or at least I am part of Mockery. My actual name would be Drelmok. Are you, my friends from Torch?
We've actually never met you, but we'd like to be friends. And we are from Torch.
No.
An old companion of mine, let's call him, Paulus Gray, you might know him as Connor Bain, wrote to me about a group of 4 people from Torch, or who had at least met up in Torch, who may be kindred spirits of sort. I'm assuming that is the
yes,
4 of you?
That would be us.
Well, welcome to our humble abode.
The other 2 people that are just like the screaming faces, like, what do those look like in character?
Well, that is the generic founder screaming face token, but those are just, Khalids who are working, maybe kind of listening, but they're busy with their other stuff.
Yeah, so they just look like random Khalids. They don't look like, they're not like robots or any kind of weird anything. They're just people.
Just Edward and Munch.
Screaming about that volcano.
It's cozy in here.
We do what we can. Please, step inside, make yourselves at home. We don't have too much, but there's enough to go around.
You said you do what you can. What is it exactly that you do, if you don't mind me being so forward? Connor didn't include that in the brief.
That is a difficult question. We try in our own way to resist the operations of the Technic League in Starfall. Would that we could across the nation. Sadly, we have neither the numbers nor the resources nor the physical capacity to reach beyond the borders of the city, but we try to help get out people who need to get away from the League and try to undermine the operations of those monsters wherever we can.
So you're like superheroes?
I'm not familiar with that term. Perhaps, vigilantes or concerned citizens.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Or superheroes. We can go with that.
Detect spandex.
He does appear to be wearing spandex under his, furs and normal armor and stuff. You can just see bright yellow, like, right under there.
Y'all laughed at me.
Can't tell if it's just a shirt or a full-on onesie.
It checks out. I think the bona fides are good.
If you don't mind me being forward, what is it that brings the four of you to Starfall?
Well, and he'll kind of look at Brixby because he doesn't know how much to share, like, about Cassandra Lee and the mountain waking up and all of that. So he will kind of defer on that.
I'd say our interests are aligned. We, as a group, have many aims personally. I don't mean to be too vague. But collectively, we find ourselves running to risk sounding too delicate, crosswise of the Technic Leg. At every leg of this journey, it seems every rock we turn over, there's another one trying to restrict technology or exert control, tame a land they abuse. So I'd say that we are friends that walk side by side in that way.
That's good to hear. It's heartening news. I'd thought as much from Pauldrus's words, but it's best to hear it from all of you.
I also feel it's prudent to tell you that, well, we don't normally look like this. We are currently disguised because we are persona non grata inside of this city. I don't know if that esteemed status is also extended to you, Edward, or Munch, but it's fair to say that our true identities carry a bit of heat and danger to anybody that might associate with us.
He looks down, kind of laughs a bit, and says, "I've seen the posters. I am familiar with the idea, and perhaps you've seen my likeness out there as well. It has been some time since I could walk freely on the streets of this city."
Hopefully not for too long, but I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. But I'm Brixby,
And he's very nice.
Yes, he's quite intelligent as well.
This is
So
what we
smart.
do. We introduce ourselves and then we open up the table for compliments.
Interesting
Now you.
practice. Is that a torch thing?
I mean, yeah. I think we learned it at Kira's house, so I have to assume it's a torch thing.
I've heard of the visitor doing a little dance after dinner, but the compliment circles.
Have you heard of
one.
the chicken that could be a gift or also dinner?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure.
And that's a fairly universal thing, I believe. Everybody brings a chicken, a live, ambiguous use chicken.
I like to think that that's something that just got entered into the cultural sphere from Charlie's, directly injected. Kind of like how KFC is popular in Japan on the holidays, that's specifically because of the very specific marketing about it of sort of, yeah. So I'd like to think that that is the case where they're like, what sort of jerk would show up at a house without a gift and or dinner chicken? And that just, it's the sentiment everywhere. So
The chicken runs by in one of the back rooms while you're talking about it.
I thought you were going to say I expected it to be injected directly into the adventure path, like it's canon now. And I was like, that's so cool.
It is. I'm pretty sure. I'm talking to the people at Paizo. Every
you've got
adventure
it
path.
I was going to say,
Sam, you
Sam
can
is
make
an
it
official
happen.
Paizo writer now. You can make that canon.
That's how it goes.
I wonder how quickly they would just be like, well, you're not invited back if I started putting gift chickens.
You have to try.
I have to assume that if Lightning Face is a chicken name, then the chicken that's running in the back must be Thunderbutt. Because for every equal chicken, there is an opposite chicken in this universe.
The
Who hasn't
second
heard
It's
that
got a
saying?
little goatee.
chicken dynamics.
Truly poultry in motion.
Oh, God. So all of this is said in character. So they get a really good vibe of what our party is like.
What does Brixby look like again? Are you still a rat folk?
I look like Stuart Little.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
I'm a white mouse. Just in
All I could remember is Alwyn is just Alwyn, but with eyebrows.
And eyes.
Was Kira
Yeah.
Vargas?
No,
No,
Kira's
you're
doesn't-
Sage or
sisters.
Amy.
but tall.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you
okay.
look like you're... Yeah. Like both of them together in a horrible Cronenbergian.
But
Super
still walking
sage
around
Amy.
with a cat with Kira's face on it.
Which is just a cat I found. What?
The cat lies.
And we got enough... Yeah, we got enough money to buy a hat for the cat if we want to.
The Technic League arrests Kira's cat. You're smaller than the description written on the looks at it.
The
It's
wanted
like
poster was very off.
6'8",
But the face is
250
identical.
pounds, all muscle, and looks down at the cat.
Meow.
Yes, I'm trying to think what more stuff do we want to ask Mocker. We heard that there might be a night market, possibly tomorrow night or the night after. Would you know anything about that?
I believe there is said to be one tomorrow night. The rumor has it a nobleman, and he does scare quotes for that, by the name of Kronzig Drund is called for a market. He has apparently come into possession of some sort of technological relic of great power, and he's looking to sell it.
Does that not rile our friends from the Technic League?
It is something of an open secret in Starfall that the Technic League allows the night markets to occur. And if something of suitable interest appears, they tend to send their agents, or at least representatives, to purchase or perhaps commandeer the items in question. I would assume that Drund is betting that he can get the League themselves to offer him the best price for whatever it is that he has.
Oh, that means there might be one of these League agents at the night market?
I think it, given the enthusiasm of the rumors, I would think it likely.
Also, nice to meet you. I'm Tarazi.
Hello there.
Tarazi is great and strong. So
I like to imagine he's trying to figure out what Tarazi really looks like because he's assuming that the giant snake is also some kind of disguise.
Interesting choice of disguise, making yourself a snakeman.
Oh, yep. Thank you. He slyly winks his eyelid.
but like the Nick the Sading, like
Oh, God.
Hey, he's not a snake at all. He's a lizard. Get him.
He winks by licking his eye.
Yeah, he does the gecko thing.
So,
Anybody else got any?
yeah,
sorry.
we have like a small list of questions that maybe you could answer. For no reason that I would encourage you to ask deeper than passing interest. What's access to the Silver Mount like?
He said, the gate is easy enough to see right at the end of the Street of Lights, but it's heavily guarded, and if anyone were to try to walk through it without the League's direct authorization, you'd be lucky to make it 5 steps.
Are there any other measures we can take to conceal ourselves inside of this city besides changing our appearances? Do you have any recommendations for extra security measures?
Oh, it depends on how you wish to operate. If you want to simply hide out, I would recommend finding yourselves a cozy basement and settling in. But if you want to operate out in the open, disguises are a good idea. I'm not sure what else. You could travel invisibly, perhaps. There is a...
Does the League engage in any sort of... would they be able to see through disguises of magical nature or invisibility, like patrols, any representations of the League that you'd see locally?
League agents themselves would certainly be able to if they have reason to be on the lookout for disguises or invisibility, but most of the patrols in the city are of the more mundane type, sellswords and soldiers and the like. The occasional gearsman, none of whom can inherently see through invisibility or disguises, though they may be shrewd observers in their own ways.
What does resistance look like in the city besides who's in this room?
And his face kind of darkens. He says, sadly, not a whole lot at this time. Things have been difficult since Zidao took over the League. He has cracked down substantially on our activities and left little room to operate. We have lost a number of good people off the streets and in operations. I have little in the way of resources outside of this room.
Are your friends gone forever or in prison somewhere? Because we can break them out. We're pretty good at that, probably.
I don't know. I suspect some are dead and some are locked away in the Technic League's facility on top of the hill.
One of our friends may have become one of the missing. His name is Vargas. He has an arm that's made of metal. It's relatively distinctive. Otherwise, colored, long in the tooth, to borrow a phrase from my people.
He also has another arm that's made of, regular Kellid
Meat.
stuff and
Totally
two
regular
legs.
Meat arm. That narrows it down.
Vargas meat arm is what we would call him.
Oh, Vargas meat arm.
There have been rumors that Vargas of the Mountain Fist, I believe you're speaking of him, returned to the city, but I know of no specifics, only that he may have been here. I don't know if he is still, if the League has detained him, if the Sovereign has lopped off his head. I have no idea.
What's the relationship between the lake and the Sovereign? We've heard rumors that the Black Sovereign, Kevin, is not what he was.
Kevath Kul was a great man. He once cared for all of us. He protected our people and he led us. But as you suspect, he does it no longer. He is Lord in title only. In all else, he stands defeated. He's nothing but a puppet of the Technic League. And he spits on the ground and says, for me to say as much is openly traitorous, punishable by death. So know that I speak the truth. The Technic League, they keep Kevath Kul as one might keep a pet. I would see my lord set free from their yoke. I don't know if he would agree to step up against them if he were to be freed from their influence, but if not, it may be that there's nothing left of the man I once knew, and he needs to be put down as one would a rabid dog. As long as he appears to remain in power and does nothing to resist, the Khalids of Starfall will remain docile and under the heel of the League. But if he were to rise up, or if someone were to take his place, they could be convinced to revolt. The Technic League has grown complacent in their power. If the people here rose up against them, the League would be forced to spread its resources too thin to try to keep control, and at that moment, in the chaos, a well-trained group such as yourselves could break into their compound, could defeat their leaders, could break the power of the League itself over Starfall and all of Numeria.
Is the Sovereign any easier to get to? You talked about how hard it is to get into their compound. Is that where he is, or is he somewhere else?
He's at the Palace of Falling Stars. You can walk right in today if you want. Much of the palace is open to the public.
And how's he doing physically? Like, would you say he's an able-bodied guy who could join us in a fight, for example?
It's been some time since I've been in his presence, but he was the most imposing warrior I have ever seen in person. No one could stand against him in his prime. If he's even half the man he was before, he is still quite the fighter.
How can such a strong, unyielding man kneel before a snake like Zyda? What sort of power do they have over him? I can't imagine he cares about technology.
He doesn't care about technology. He cares about little. He once had designs of creating an empire far beyond the borders of Numeria, and he had a host that could have done it. But when he walked into Starfall, the League bowed to him as if he were their conquering leader, as if they were already conquered. And they plied him with drink and with Numerian fluids, those strange, addictive drugs that come from the ruins that addled his mind and his body, and he's hopelessly addicted to them.
That makes a lot of sense.
And then he turns and looks back at Kira. Just realizes that we is just them, really, right now.
We knew somebody who seemed fine. was a Technic League agent, and was hopelessly addicted to Numerian fluids. He was a shell of a man. The last I saw him.
Well, Samville. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is there any kind of cure for it? If we can get him to stop taking them, will he get better?
That I don't know, but if we could cut off the supply, stop the League from getting the drugs to him, perhaps we could send him into some kind of withdrawal, for better or for worse. That's been one of the pet projects of mine for quite some time now. I believe I know where the bulk of the Numerian fluids the League gives him come from.
So, if we could get rid of those, they wouldn't have any to give him anymore?
I don't know how much of a supply they have, but it certainly would slow them down.
And where is it, this place you've discovered?
There's a tavern, ostensibly a tavern anyways, called the Red Reaver, where a drug dealer who calls himself Doc Hellbroth operates out of the back rooms. He creates cocktails of various different substances. I believe the primary product he sells directly to the League is simply refining the Numerian fluids themselves.
What do you know of this Hellbroth? Is he a good person beyond this? Is he trying to make ends meet, or is this another one of Numeria's profiteers?
Oh, I think he's just a super chill guy. He is, I believe, an elf who has been here for quite some time. He's become a rich man doing cybernetic implants and selling drugs from his back room. Hardly ever emerges from the place.
So Hellbroth, could we just meet him? What is your plan for restricting the flow of Numerian fluids? Could we just make a compelling argument, or is that the link in the chain that you're asking us to break?
It's conceivably possible that Doc Hellbroth is a man who will listen to reason, who simply needs to be shown the light, but I do think that he may simply be the first domino that needs to fall.
Everybody will have a chance to turn their back on the Technic League before not having a chance to really do anything. Are there other weak points you've identified beyond this supply?
Well, the fact that the palace is open to visitors is certainly opens up their security footprint quite a bit. From an IT standpoint, it would just be absolute hell to work under such conditions. But
that attack surface.
Oh, just the surface area it's absurd. The fact that you can get in under some sort of disguise would certainly work to your advantage. You could commit any number of strikes as long as you are, sneaky. There may be others in the city who are sympathetic to our cause, who I am simply unable to reach out to, but I don't know for sure.
Well, it sounds like this all starts with us visiting Dr. Hellbroth.
Or going to a night market.
Or scoping out the palace.
Or scoping out the palace.
Split up. Curious Cat can go to the night market. 2 of us can go to the palace, and 2 of us can go beat up that doctor.
Yeah, Potato and Rusty should go somewhere. That'd be a cute side
Oh
episode.
my god, I'd love that.
Now that
Same.
Rusty's intelligent enough to speak, and
Oh yeah,
all,
he understands language now.
all
That's right.
Potato can say is meow in Kira's voice.
Easy for me.
Until we get Potato a headband as well. It's a good use of like 4,000 gold.
Then Potato could be Prime Minister.
Who better to replace Kevoth Cole than this hideous cat?
No, the cat's not ugly. It's just weird looking.
Thank you.
You got to remember the face is Kira's face.
I just imagine it like, kind of like if you carved a face into a potato and then it dried. It's kind of like how I envision its take on Kira's face is.
Yeah. Now, see, I imagine the face looks perfectly normal, but the rest of the cat is mummified, like in the description.
That's fair. That is more the description. So the weird part is not the face, it's the rest of the body.
It's the rest of it, yeah. It's the horrible, like, Sphinx cat body.
The face is a little bit Cats the motion picture, though.
Yeah. It just looks like Idris Elba.
Is it like middle of the day right now? And
I don't remember.
we
It's-
we got bread.
Yeah, and that was kind of like a lunch thing, so it's got to be...
Yeah, it's afternoon.
Like, what, afternoon, evening? Yeah.
Okay.
And we know the night market isn't until the night the next day. So, like, I don't know if we have a lot of time. We could maybe walk to the palace tonight, try to see the doctor tomorrow, and then do the night market after.
I would recommend trying to see the doctor in action at night.
True. That could
So-
work.
We should see the doctor tonight?
I think so.
Yes, if we have to go to the night market tomorrow night to try to see if the league shows up, tonight would be the better night to do the doctor.
And then maybe we can visit... Why do I want to say the castle?
Palace Castle? I mean, it's all...
What is a palace if not a fancy castle?
But a miserable pile of castle.
Have at you.
So, yeah, I think we should probably go to the Red Reaver. We don't have to engage with Hellbroth necessarily if it doesn't seem advantageous to us, but we can at least feel it out. We could buy some drugs.
I like that it said, like, Brixby doesn't have a past with space drugs.
What do you mean a past? I have a future.
Just inject some before going out. No, I'm kidding.
I have a right now.
Yeah, he's actively using the glitching one as we're talking.
But it does seem
Kind of thinks back to the succubus that they just freed from mental imprisonment.
that there is little worse than being confined within your own body, a prisoner inside your own mind.
Totally.
Hope whoever edits this leaves that entire silence in.
We're gonna do a silence cut. Well, I can show you exactly where the Red Reaver is. It actually isn't too far from here, in the Killbox slums, and it is supposedly run by a woman named Shoya, but Hellbroth is the real power behind the establishment.
Before we go, do you have a bed here we could use?
I have
Just for a second.
a few beds. I'll like point from room to room there and just say there are. Well, that's more of a cot situation. We have straw and blankets laid out and some pillows, but we get by.
Okay. Which one is yours?
He'll sort of nervously point to one, that one over there.
Paul just warned me about this.
Do I need to be concerned?
No. Why would no? Of course not. I was just curious. I think everyone should have a bed. Is that so wrong?
It's good to have one's own bed that one does not give to travelers, for instance.
Many things are good. And on that note, Kira will no, we need him to show us where we're going.
He'll send you out into the streets with nameless Khaled number 1 because he can't be seen in public or, trouble comes a-knocking. Nameless Khaled number 1 will lead you several blocks back into the sort of more populated part of the Killbox, and then over away from the sort of shanty town side into more of a shanty business side. And then she'll point down the street and say, you're just going to want to take a left up there, and then it's straight ahead. You'll see the sign. It's a red monster, but it says Red Reaver on it.
Thank you. I didn't catch your name, by the way.
I didn't throw it.
I like this one.
She does finger guns. And then she disappears in a cloud of narrative purpose.
I'm going to cast the shield. I'll do my first of 3 castings of shield today.
Why would you do such a thing?
We are going to a bar in a place called the Killbox. Feel like that's just lightly prudent.
Just seems pointlessly hostile. It's like you're asking for trouble.
How dare you defend yourself?
I'm very tempted to use Fire Shield, except for it's a bar and you accidentally bump into someone and whoops, you burn them.
But you could light up a whole row of shots and the whole bar could cheer. Too.
So cool. Do I want to use shield? Yeah, sure. I never use spells.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes a level, right? Mm-hmm. So you got it for a while.
No, it's a minute a level, but
minute a level.
Still good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing it. Shield it up.
Well, you find yourselves in another one of these narrow, half stone, half mud streets, pointed towards where the Red Reaver is, just up ahead.
Don't love that there's a map for this.
It's a city.
But
Cities.
Brixby doesn't know that.
Cities have streets. I don't know.
Perfectly gridded combat streets.
I don't know why you would be suspicious about streets.
Yep.
I'm suspicious. Brixby isn't. Brixby and Alwyn are running down the
Alwyn
street.
is right up in front. Yep.
Hand in hand. Just.
I love that the casters just take off.
Oh, that's a person.
Bye, Kira.
By Kira, left far behind.
Oh no, the game is paused.
It always happens that way. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Being invaded by World of Warcraft players.
The game mysteriously pauses. A couple elfin-looking figures step out from between two buildings just in front of you. They are cloaked. They have swords at their sides, and one of them says, "Hello, travelers.
Hello.
Why don't we empty our pockets real quick? Just throw whatever you've got on the ground there."
All right, you get started first.
One of them looks at the other and says, "Oh, we got a joker. We got a jokester here. Listen." And the elf draws a sword and says, "I don't want to make trouble, but if we need trouble..."
Tarazi will draw his sword as well and cast lead blades.
"I don't want to get any blood on your shiny white fur, you know? But it does sound like time to roll for initiative."
I was going to try to intimidate. Oh, I have my dice folder, but I have my dice roll box.
Wow. Brutal.
You weren't expecting to fight. It was a perfectly safe 3.
No, not the roll. The adjective.
Yeah, the
Oh my gosh.
Foundry.
Oh no, why is that even in there?
That's a
so
terrible adjective.
It made a decision. So
Wow.
I thought you were talking about the nat 1.
I can't even say this.
Oh wait, it's not a nat 1, it just says a 1 next to you. I was thinking your roll was a nat 1.
No.
But it's not.
Brixby got a 15. I can't. The indescribable Brixby.
the indescribable Brixby got a
Cannot be described.
15. How about the insubordinate and churlish Alwyn?
The insubordinate and churlish Alwyn got a 21 with a 13 on the die.
And the chirpy Kira.
Kira got a 17 with 11 on the die.
How about impatient Tarazi?
Yes. Impatient Tarazi got an 18 with a 15 on the dice.
And am I right in assuming that Rusty is not out and about?
That is correct. Rusty is an adorable statue in my backpack.
All right, well, Rusty is adorably absent from this fight, and the churlish Alwyn is up first.
Okay, the churlish Alwyn is... you know what? He's going to do an ability he has that I don't think I've ever actually used before. Let's find this. It's a once-a-day thing. Yep, it's a one-a-day thing from his trait. So I can, once per day, I can attempt to demoralize an opponent as a swift action. So he is going to look at the petulant killer, who is the closer of the two to him, and just say, "You really don't want to do this," and roll an intimidate check to attempt to demoralize them as a swift action, so he can still do an actual action after. That is another 13 for a... is my intimidate? Let's see. That is a 28.
Yep, shaken.
All right. And then he is going to cast a spell at her. So can she please make me a DC 19. What? Oh wait, no, she doesn't have to make the save unless she wants to. He is going to cast a spell ladder, and her sword that she took out is going to start glowing red hot. And if she wants, she can attempt a DC 19 reflex save to drop it, or she can just willingly take the damage as her sword starts burning her.
I think she'll take the damage.
Okay, then she is going to take max of 5d4, so it's not going to be a super lot of damage. That was a low-level spell. She is going to take 14 points of fire damage.
All right. She doesn't like that.
And that will be Alwyn's turn. He's not going to move.
All right, the splendid killer here is going to take a 5-foot step up, drawing a suspicious-looking rapier on the way. And let's see, I'm just going to say, since she can reach Kira and Tarazi, we'll say evens Kira, odds Tarazi. That is a 3, so she will be stabbing dear flat-footed Tarazi. Only a 20 versus flat-footed AC.
No, sir.
Well, how about a natural 20 versus flat-footed AC?
Yeah, good luck confirming though.
To confirm, 28.
Looking at a flat-footed 31.
All right, so not confirmed. Still going to be a bunch of Damaggio, and I do need a fortitude save.
Okay, kind of a tweener, 35.
You're good on the fortitude save. You do take 20 damage between the stabberoo and the sneak attack.
Oof.
You have been snuck and attacked. And it's your turn.
Sick. Hey, this wouldn't happen to secretly be a chitin as I wield my chitinbane longsword, is it?
Doesn't seem to be too chitinous. You don't see any exoskeletons here.
Oh, hey. And you said elvish, so not human. Okay, alright. I'll just do regular attacks. 27 dresses?
Yep.
Awesome. Nat 20 on the second one.
Don't want that.
And then only a 22 on the third.
So one miss.
Alright, I'll roll to confirm. Yeah, 32. So that will be a crit and a hit. Rolled it in the guy. Hey, pretty good. 46, and then a free shield bash attempt, of course. I mean, shield bash, you know what I mean. Yeah, bash with the shield. Words are hard. Yeah, that's another 27.
That will also hit.
That is 19 additional points of damage. And then the bull rush attempt. Probably not. It's a 29. This is a rogue.
29 beats CMD.
Ho, get pushed.
It's pretty mean.
Thank you. Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, Chirpy Kira.
Random street urchins are probably like level 7.
I think Kira's going to slide to the left, south, left. 5-foot step and full attack this silenced person. No, shaken. Sorry.
Not stirred though.
Yes, naturally. With Ethel, because Can't use a chainsaw. Hey, that's a 19, although I don't know Ethel's crit range.
It's probably 20 only for a hammer.
It seems that's right. Ethel's a sword, but yes.
Well, sword then probably 19 to 20. If it's the great sword.
Well, I mean, if you say so. That works for me. Let's roll to confirm. Uh, 33 to confirm?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so that's 2 hits. I'm gonna just roll the rest of my hits, or should I? This person didn't die under Tarazi's little thing, so they'll probably fine.
Tarazi's little thing. Thank you for that full attack shield bash turn.
Yeah.
Feel the love.
No, that was a lot of damage, and they're not dead. So I'm gonna keep going. That is gonna be a. Oh, I should have done this in the guy. 16 plus 19. That's like 15 plus 15 plus 4. So 34?
Yep.
Is that right? No, that's not right. But it's close. 30. 16 plus 9, 35? Waiting for Jeff to nod, and Jeff is not nodding. But it's in the 30s. So,
Yeah,
another one.
30s do the job.
Just a 16 for that third roll.
That won't do it.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, just a 17 for that third roll. And not good. 16 for the last one. So, that's 3, 2, 1 crit, and a hit. Rolling the guy. How many damages is that? Ethel is 2d6 plus 24, so that's 6d6 plus 24 times 3 is 25 times 3 minus 75. 72? No, that's not it. 72? Yeah.
That's so many. The petulant killer is looking poorly.
It was just an okay roll. 94.
Yeah, the petulant killer is looking thoroughly petulant at having been chopped up for 94 damage.
Oh, well, can they look demoralized? Wait, can they look demoralized? Because they're already shaken.
Yeah, she's already demoralized. I don't think you can demoralize harder.
Further demoralized? Okay. That's fine.
Can't you like extend it, but like it increases the DC or something? I feel like that's a thing. I don't know. I might be thinking of frightened.
You can attempt to intimidate an opponent again, but each additional check increases the DC by +5.
I'll take it. I've got a pretty good intimidate. I'm going to make an intimidate check. Right off a 20 and onto a 2. But that's still a... Where is my intimidation? 26 intimidate?
That does not beat the DC +5.
It doesn't work. All right. That's my turn.
All right. Well, and you would think that would bring us to the Brixby who dare not speak his name, but instead, in an incredibly acrobatic maneuver, another of these killers leaps off of the roof behind Brixby and dashes over, rapier in hand, for a sneaky stab about.
So my contingency goes off, immediately activating my mirror images. So I'll roll on that while you roll on this.
All right. It is a 33 to hit you, so
33 will definitely hit, but now I figure out.
It'll be so confusing for this person that they swing at Brixby and he just explodes into rats.
it's a swarm. And all the mirror images look like the real Brixby instead of the Stuart Little.
4 plus 4. So there's 9 of me.
Oh my god. All right. Gonna roll
I
it.
know, someone's going to have to swing this out. It's real of me, huh?
Gonna bring a D8. 8 hits Brixby. And we have a 6 popped an image.
Wait, I'm cool with that, but you would have had to roll a d10 because there's 9 of us.
Oh my god. I'll roll a D9.
Yeah, 8 images plus a bricks, so it's 9 altogether.
Through the power of Foundry, 1d9, 9 hits Brixby, 7 pops an image. Well, that ends the turn of that killer. But wait! There's a second killer. The second killer who jumps down, appears, and also attempts to stab Brixby because he's all by himself in the back. That is a 28 to stab Brixby.
It does hit.
And a 3 on the D8, so it does not hit.
Alrighty. So now there are 7 Brixbys.
All right, the 7 fecal Brixbys are up.
Well, this definitely changes my calculus a little bit of executing the petulant killer with a spiteful acid splash. But now that I've got you two here, Brixby will take a 5-foot step to the south. And he... yeah. All right. He's going to level his finger at, let's say, the orderly one. The first one that attacked him. And he is going to attempt to make a ranged touch attack.
Hope this is what I think it is.
How does a 27 do against a ranged touch?
Yeah, 27 will hit.
Hit me with a fortitude save, please.
Is this an enchantment spell?
Nope.
Is it a sleep
I am an
effect?
enchanting rat. So, I mean, when you're done, it may be a long sleep, but no, not ostensibly.
Cue the drop. I rolled a 1.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Okay. Let's just.
How much damage is there?
Hold on. This is that's not all of it. That's before I also do this. Because there's also a sneak attack on there for my declared sneak attack. So we're looking at 104.
The orderly killer is not dead. But only barely.
So good if it disintegrated them.
Almost
Well,
dissolved.
the fact that they
You never get to see that one kill somebody.
I know the fact that they lived through a disintegrate should be a badge of honor, but I'm sure they don't look awesome. So that is going to be Brixby's. Actually, you know what? Can I roll a knowledge on trying to figure out what these guys' deal is? Because this looks way more than just a robbery. Can I make a? Is it a local roll to figure out class levels?
Yeah, that would be a local.
Alrighty, do that before I seed the floor. Hey, that's a 40 with a 19 off the die.
Yeah, these are definitely trained killers of the type that have rogue levels, and they appear to have basically set up an ambush. Obviously, they had 2 in the alley and 2 on the rooftops. Possibly they had heard adventuring types were in the area and were looking for a score, since, adventurers, by reputation, tend to be pretty rich.
They're not wrong, but we're also borderline sociopaths. So,
And borderline superheroes. We're level 14.
alrighty, and that is going to be the end of the crappy Brixby's turn.
All right. Well, I do think the petulant killer is going to take a second and then full withdraw. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then basically run to the edge of the map, not provoking an attack of opportunity, but using the entire turn to just get away from Kira after she nearly killed her. Top of round 2, Alwyn is up.
Okay. Alwyn, knowing the marshals have got this on their end, is gonna turn a gaze onto the lively killer, the one that Brixby didn't almost disintegrate. And if that one could give me a will save, please.
Is this an enchantment or sleep effect?
I don't believe so. No, it is not.
Well, I don't like it. How about a 21?
That is a fail, so now please make me a fortitude save.
Oh, no. Is this an enchantment or sleep effect?
Nope, this is still the same one, illusion mind affecting.
Well, the result got worse. How about an 18?
That is, just double checking here. Yep, that is also failed because it is in fact the same thing. They immediately die of fear.
The lively killer just drops dead where she stands.
Oh, that finally worked. I've been trying to kill someone with that spell for like the last 6 levels.
Brixby's freaked out, but I'm impressed.
Yeah, he just like stares at this person and says like one word in Aklo and they just drop dead. And that's his full turn.
All right, which brings up the splendid killer, who did just get stabbed a couple times, bashed with a shield so hard that she flew backwards. She is also going to run away after watching one of her gang members just kind of die from green laser. Or no, there was no green laser. There was nothing, just a glare and then
yeah,
death.
he just looked at them, said one thing, and they fell over dead.
All right, impatient Tarazi.
So are these locations accurate, or are they further off the map?
I think that's about right. The splendid killer is probably actually 5 feet farther, but that was the end of the map.
Okay. I mean, 5 feet is fine. I can still do a charge and have just enough movement speed to get right up into this splendid killer's face and make a single attack. It's a 34.
Yep.
Only 15, so I think it's still alive.
Yeah. Still up.
Bummer. Well, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Chirpy Kira.
I think Kira's also going to try for a charge to the shaken bad guy. How far is that? Let me see. I can't
60
tell.
feet.
Great.
Not shaken anymore, though.
Oh, well, if we get there... No, I don't. think I
She
can
got
still
over
do
the
that. Can I
fear.
still do that? Don't.
A charge is double move, so probably.
Yeah, you're hasted, so you've got movement speed for days.
True. Great. So we're gonna sprint on over here. Shoop. And attempt to smack with a sword. Not a great smack, but that is still Oh gosh, you add 2 if you're charging, or subtract 2.
Add 2.
Add 2.
Add
Great.
2. Yeah, you subtract from your AC, but you add to your hit.
Right. And this is the 33 to hit.
33 hits.
Cool. Oh, terrible damage. That's like 27.
Well, the petulant killer only had 4 HP left.
Oh, I was going to intimidate it.
You can intimidate the body
Bam.
all you want.
Yeah, Kira looks so scary at that body. Whew. That's it. That's me.
Well, I think the orderly killer is just going to throw a dagger at Brixby. With a natural 2, that's only an 18 to hit.
That misses.
All right.
All 7 of me.
And then she is going to... that misses enough not to pop anything?
18. Yeah, my AC is 25 right now.
All right. And then she runs 30 feet away because this has gone poorly. They calculated wrong.
Indeed, they did. And you are still within scorching Raymond distance, so we're not friends, so I have to remain formal. Alright, so that's 3 of these. Ooh. Okay. So the lowest is 17 versus touch.
17 misses touch, 18 hits.
There's an 18. Okay, the next one's 18, so that one hits. And then there's a 20 in there, so I'm going to roll that one again. Oh, that was almost another 20. It like rolled it was only a 14, so that's just a regular degular hit there then. So there's... Do you want the sneak and fire separate?
You can do them all at the same time.
Yay.
It just counts as sneak every single time, or are you burning through daily uses?
Oh, you are totally right. My bad. I don't even know why I didn't declare that one as a sneak attack. So that is a straight up just 86. Boop. Much less exciting. 23.
It still only had 8 hit points left, so even if you rolled all at once.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so close to killing that one with disintegrate.
Yep.
It
Only
was
missed it by 8.
pretty close. It was a good one.
You'll get
but
him next
definitely
time.
Not worth. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and that is Brixby on his turn is going to say, "If we can keep one alive," and that's his turn.
All right. Churlish Alwyn, can you keep one alive?
Maybe. Let's see if I have anything. No, I didn't pick up Hold Person or any of those ones. I probably should, because I can use those on robots with my subclass. I think he's just gonna heal Bricks, because he doesn't really have much else to do right now.
I didn't get hit.
Oh, I thought you... Oh, no, you didn't, because you, yeah. Somebody got hit. Oh, it was Tarazi that got hit, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Tarazi's for 20.
Well,
Basically
you can do that,
dead.
too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he'll start moving in that direction, then. Where does 60 feet get me? Oh, 60 feet gets me directly behind Tarazi, so that'll actually be perfect. So he will just walk down that way, and that will be his whole turn. 2 moves.
All right. Well, that brings us to the splendid killer who just got chased down. So I think she is thinking that she's going to have to fight for it. 5-foot step away from Kira just to make it so she can't get full attacked by 2 people in one turn. And then we're going to try to stab Tarazi a couple times. Oh, that's going to miss. And Same roll, worst Bab. 2 misses. Sad display for the splendid killer. Not a splendid display at all. And Tarazi is up.
Yeah, remind me, is it -2 for non-lethal? Or -4?
4, I believe.
Okay. I think it's only 2 in 2nd edition. It doesn't help me right now. Alright. This one hasn't been hit as much, so I'm going to do the first 2 lethal, and then my last one non-lethal, because I don't hit nearly as hard as Kira. Of course, the first one's a nat 20. Oops. And then a 27 will also hit. But then, yeah, the non-lethal was only an 18, so my bad. I'll roll to confirm. Yeah, it's a 39 to confirm.
Yep.
So here comes the same damage as earlier's crit and a hit. At least the same roll. I believe in you. Much worse damage. 40. They're probably still alive.
No. Not still alive. 32 hit points left. So
Did it take them below con?
no, not below con. Technically still alive.
Then Alwyn will heal them. Actually, no, he's... do I have... I have Stabilize. But I'm going to hit him just my lowest level of Cure Light. Which will just be 1d8 with a max of +5. Actually, wait, I'm doing I have a d8. I did the other ones I didn't have
If you
enough,
stabilize them first, we can always
D4s.
restrain them before you heal them, just so we don't have to...
Yeah,
chase
well, I
them.
guess, yeah. So he'll cast, he'll cantrip Stabilize, let everybody that wants to tie them up, and then heal them by 6 + 5 is 11 points. So that would get them up to 3.
Yep, they are up and conscious. She's and then like immediately notices that she's bound and the murder party is looming over her. And she's, let me go! Let me go! I'll scream!
We
Okay.
literally just killed 3 people openly. Some of it with magical beams. And do you think screaming's gonna do anything? I can scream with you.
Screaming? I want to scream. Let's everyone
So
scream.
I can cast Silence if we have to.
And I mean, that could come at one point. You could meet your end here in the alleyway in some supernatural silence. Or
What do you people want?
first, are you just unlucky and stupid? Or were you sent after us?
Why would I be sent after you? Just adventurers have money. Simple math.
All right. Okay, it's the former. I didn't expect it to be the former, he says to the rest of the party.
It's never the former.
It really doesn't feel like it's the former, but I mean, to one of you truth discerning types, believe him or her, then
I have terrible sense motive.
Got
Mine
21.
is not great. Yeah,
Doesn't
19.
matter. To roll.
Terrible. Let me see. Nope, actually, mine's not great. But I can try to roll it anyway. $22.
Got a 22 from Alwyn. Anybody else?
19.
XP matches Alwyn.
I assume I'm gonna be high because I figured it triggered off the same stuff as like diplomacy and bluff and all that, but it's literally half
wisdom.
of what
Yeah,
they
it's a
are.
wisdom.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's why.
How about-
Yeah, because my wisdom's
How
garbage.
about Tarazi? Any wisdom-based motive sensing over there?
No, I actually got one worse with a 21.
Well, with a 22, 22, 21, and 19, we'll find out what you believe about what this elf says next week, because I'm going to bed.
Night, Sam.
Good
Night,
night,
almost
Sam.
dead
Night,
elf.
Sam.
Good night. Which one is this one? Petulant Sam?
This is splendid. How dare you?
Splendid Sam. Oh, so much better. Let's
Not as bad.
Oh, Splendid Sam and the Stone Cold Killers.
Splendid Sam.
When did Sam?
Good night, lethally stupid elf assassins.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Recording the waveforms from my mouth.
Recording.
Lung
Waveforms.
forms. Mouth forms.
Mouth forms.
Waveform.
Tongue forms.
Now recording.
Golf forms.
Get out of here, Craig. What's the thing you hit to hide, Craig? So he's not staring at
You
me.
can never hide Craig.
Is it ignore?
There's a thing that's like,
Disable
oh, there it is.
video?
Show non-video participants. There it is.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, it's in the more options. You can hit turn off show
You
non-video.
don't want those
I know
unblinking
that from
eyes in
Beaver
your
staring at
face.
me the whole time. Yeah.
Okay, I think I am ready. I've got Audacity open. I've got Hero Lab open. I can see you people. Foundry up. Let me launch. Okay, I'm in the thingy. Sorry, the guy.
That's
Thank you. I wasn't sure.
I didn't want to be confusing. I
And the
apologize.
what?
Okay, I'm ready to clap.
Okay, let me close my Land and Blood music video. All right. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Welcome back to
This is the future libertarians want. We can cut this out so we don't make anybody mad.
Wow.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Shots Fired.
See,
Hey, did I say
free
it was
markets.
wrong?
We need more regulations.
Mine
Just
immediately
specifically
went
on
to,
the spaceship
the-
drugs, in my opinion.
Yeah. My mind immediately went to the dude that gave JFK all his drugs that almost overdosed him.
Yeah.
Doc Feel Good.
There are a lot of those people out there.
But yeah, this one was like specifically secretly giving drugs to a very powerful political leader that everyone otherwise didn't know was addicted. Like, that's a real big parallel.